The green pastures of Vancouver have been home to some wonderful women over the years. And for International Women's Day, we are going in search of 8 unexpected tributes to 8 great gals hiding in plain sight. 8 daring dames who overcame huge obstacles. Athletes, entrepreneurs, dancers, even a madam. And we're even driving in one of the 8 hidden tributes right now, which I'll tell you about at the end of the vlog. Now, I tell you, this tour, it's going to be the first of its kind. Stay tuned, friends. Born in Vancouver, Barbara Howard broke the 100-yard sprint British Empire record when she was only 17 years old, 11.2 seconds. At the 1938 Games in Australia, she was the first black female athlete to represent Canada in international competition. She won silver and bronze sprinting medals. The 1940 and 44 Olympics were cancelled with World War II, but instead of mourning the loss of her competitive prime, Barbara visited prisoners in the Japanese concentration camps to boost morale. She was the first visible minority hired by the Vancouver School Board and had a successful career. Her students loved her so much they would walk her to the bus stop. She's in the Burnaby, BC, and Canada Sports Halls of Fame. And the next time you go by this statue of Flash Gordon's rocket ship at 2nd and Cambie, take a closer look. You'll be standing in the Barbara Howard Plaza. There's even a little plaque down low here. Says she welcomed people from all over the world to her Burnaby church. With this tribute, we'll never forget brave Barbara Howard. Born in Burnaby, Lois Smith dropped out of Templeton High School and got a job dancing at Stanley Park's Theatre Under the Stars for $15 a week. She worked hard with little money. She practiced in the attic of a grain store, performed outdoors in rainstorms, and she lived in a big old house with other dancers, burning newspapers for heat. When the National Ballet of Canada opened in Toronto in 1951, Lois became the star dancer. She had speed, agility, and a natural lyrical quality. Lois became Canada's first and foremost prima ballerina. She later started her own dance schools, and in 1998, the elegant and beloved ballerina received the Order of Canada. And next time you're downtown across from the Orpheum Theatre, take a peek down at the Granville Street sidewalk, where ballerina Lois has a star on the BC Entertainment Walk of Fame. And with this tribute, we'll never forget lovely Lois Smith. Born in Vancouver, Hyodo was the first second-generation Japanese-Canadian to achieve a teacher's certificate. When World War II fired up and the government sent thousands of Japanese Canadians into internment camps, including Hide's parents, Hide bravely developed a school system for the detained children. She traveled from Richmond to Vancouver almost every day to recruit, train, and supervise 120 teachers. She had to rush back home before 9 p.m. curfew or she'd be locked up too. Hide was awarded the Order of Canada in 1982 and there's a scholarship in her name. And here in Richmond at Lord Byng Elementary School where she worked, there's a special tribute to her. In 1997, school officials dedicated this traditional rock garden in her honor, saying, "This is where Hide's legacy of hope will remain." The plaque says there are 15 rocks, but some are hidden from view. Not all things are visible to the eye, but are known only to the heart. And with this tribute, we'll never forget heroic Hide Hyodo Shimizu. When Valerie Jerome's family bought a house in North Vancouver in 1951, neighbors tried to void the sale with a petition at City Hall. On her first day of school, the kids threw rocks at her because her skin was a different color. Despite the overwhelming obstacles, Valerie became a world-class athlete. She won a bronze medal at the 1959 Pan American Games in the 4x100, and she represented Canada at the 1960 Olympics in Rome. She's had a 35-year career in education, started her own foundation, and managed 7 elections for the Green Party. If you've ever been to Stanley Park, you'll recognize this incredible statue of Valerie's brother Harry, who was the fastest human on Earth. But Valerie's buddies thought she should be recognized too. If you look carefully at this bench beside Harry, you'll see a little plaque that says this bench celebrates their friend Valerie. And with this tribute, we'll never forget valiant Valerie Jerome. Born Nellie Towers, our next great gal married Charlie Kwang. Her family disowned her and the church booted her out for marrying a Chinese man. Nellie learned to speak Cantonese and Mandarin, and she dedicated her whole life to helping her Chinese-Canadian buddies. She got local hospitals to stop segregating non-white patients in the basement. She managed adoptions for unwanted children and better care for the elderly people. She was a foster mother herself to many children, and she even had time to be an interpreter in court cases. One day, she saw a sign at the White Lunch restaurant that said no Indians, Chinese, or dogs allowed. I don't know what Sweet Nellie said to the owner, but that sign came down lickety-split. And this is the house where she lived and delivered 500 babies as a midwife, 783 East Pender Street. There's a little plaque tucked in the foliage that says Nellie was a bold advocate for her community. And with this tribute, we'll never forget notable Nellie Kwang. Still at this incredible house, another great gal lived here before Nellie. Nora Hendrix was a traveling vaudeville dancer who moved to Vancouver seeking a better life. Later, her grandson Jimmy from Seattle would visit, and Nora passed down her performance expertise to the guitar legend. Nora was a leader and advocate for the people in the Black Strathcona neighborhood. In addition to this huge mural of Nora and Jimmy nearby on Glen Drive, there is a social housing facility on Union Street named Nora Hendrix Place in her honor. Ijiwa Ebenebe painted an amazing mural on the building to remind everyone of the vibrant community that was here before the viaducts wiped it out. The mural shares hope that the laughter and music can return. And if you look up, way up, you'll find Sweet Nora. And on the next block is the hidden tribute I really wanted to show you, a mural on the Dunsmuir Viaduct called Requiem for Hogan's Alley. And here Nora's trying to protect her church from danger. Artist Anthony Joseph says, Nora's spirit lives on and the black community will bloom again. And with this tribute, we'll never forget noble Nora Hendrix. Born in Tokyo, Kyoko Goto came to Canada as a 19-year-old picture bride, and her rebellion started when she left her husband. And then she started a brothel. Business was good in the 1920s with lots of lonely fishermen and loggers around. Soon Kyoko was a madam, managing 12 staff. Customers paid $2 to $5, and Kyoko kept 30%. In 1942, Japanese Canadians were arrested and sent to detention camps. Kyoko tried hiding, but the cops found her and she was sent to prison, and then a camp. But amazingly, rebel Kyoko escaped, returned to Vancouver, and continued to secretly run illegal businesses like gambling and bootlegging. The Ocala prison steps are still here in Burnaby, and beside them is a tribute to Kyoko. It says she spent 2.5 months in prison here. And with this tribute, we'll never forget capable Kyoko Goto. Maxine McGilvery was a skincare expert in California before opening her own very successful cosmetics business in Vancouver. She opened a beauty school here on Bidwell in the West End called Maxine's in the 1920s. In the 1940s, Maxine's Motel opened here. Sadly, the old building was replaced by a condo tower, but they did keep the incredible facade. And if you go past Maxine's beauty school, you might spot her tribute hiding in plain sight between Burnaby Street and Harwood Street. This is Maxine Lane. And with this tribute, we'll never forget marvelous Maxine McGilvery. And we're going to wrap things up today where we started, by enjoying the bounty of this little piece of heaven, Maxine Lane. Hey, movie star Errol Flynn died up there in 1959. Hope you enjoyed this little taste of old Vancouver as she once was. If you know a fantastic female, please nominate her for a tribute in a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please click the subscribe button. Until next time, this is JCVC saying, be good to the other.